Traveling Teacher Show, and yet again we've got another traveling teacher, and this time we are still in Wing Young. We're still in Wing Young, and we have found another traveling teacher, and your name is
Mike.
Mike. Nice to meet you, Mike.
Nice to meet you too, mate.
Sorry about this, the microphone we have to do though. Now, where are you from, Mike?
Jimmy.
Yeah, that's me. And where are you from, Mike?
I'm from Sydney, Australia.
So you're an Aussie.
I'm an Aussie.
You're the first Aussie teacher we've had on the show.
You're joking.
Oh, I'm serious. Now, what made you leave Australia and become a teacher?
It's a big question, right?
Well, it could be a big question. Are you running from something?
Oh, let's go on another topic. I think I'd become a traveller. So I was travelling a lot. I was travelling for 1 year, then coming back working for a year, travelling for 6 months, or travelling for 2 months, even travelling for 1.5 years. And each time I came back to work, I realised I liked it less and less.
So there was less of a home to come back to each time you came back.
I think so, yeah. Things change. And also, I just realised that I could probably work overseas. So.
And pay for your travelling while you're travelling.
That's right. So for that reason, I decided to become an English teacher and move to Vietnam.
And English being your native language. And it was easy?
Yeah, it was relatively easy to do it. Probably like everyone else, I panicked a bit and I booked $2,500 ELA English course, which I quit after the first day.
What is an ELA course?
CELTA English course.
Oh, well, that's the one you do it in the class and the full-on expensive. But a TEFL...
Yeah, it's full on.
And the TEFL is the same?
That's all you need. I'd say for anyone who wants to try it, you could even come, get a job, and then do it online.
You can do the TEFL online, yeah. And here in Vietnam, they need a minimum of 120-hour TEFL, yeah? I'm sure that's right, 120-hour TEFL.
I think you're right. Mine's 100 hours, but I have seen a lot of adverts saying 120 hours. Yeah.
I think once you're here and you've got 100, the extra 20 hours, I don't think it's going to make much difference, really.
If you're good looking like us, it's okay. You can get away with it.
Good looking like us. So how long have you been in Vietnam?
Been in Vietnam about 6 years. I came in maybe in May in 2014. So yeah, almost 6 years.
6 years, and you've been teaching here for 6 years.
I have, yeah.
Wow. So in one job or many jobs?
Many jobs. So the first job I had paid $12 an hour.
Wow. Well, depends on where in Vietnam you are to whether that's any good or not. If you was in Da Nang, I don't think that'd be very good.
I was in Saigon, so or Ho Chi Minh City.
Well, that was going to be expensive, living in Ho Chi Minh.
Yeah, then if you want to get a hotel, a long-term hotel, then it was 6 million a month, which is about what's that about 300
About $300, yeah.
a month. So I mean, it wasn't too bad.
What's the experience like been working for? Have you? Was it centres or schools?
Sorry, what was that?
Was it centres or schools? We've got some traffic going past. I'm not sure if you hear it, but we can't hear ourselves. So the noise of the traffic is just there. So we'll carry on now. Now the cars have gone. Now, your experience with is it with schools or with centres?
I've done a bit of everything. I taught public schools, and which was huge classes of 50 students in a class. Students in a class, high school, middle school, primary school, English centres, international schools. I've kind of done a bit of everything.
And what would you say for yourself? Your thoughts? What do you enjoy teaching the most? Which one?
Now I'd say English centres, probably.
And why? Because they're smaller groups. I prefer, when I'm teaching, I prefer a smaller group than a 35 kids. And yourself?
Yeah, the smaller groups are definitely a plus, but there's pros and cons. So you need to find a good school, because obviously you'll be dealing with those managers and those, a small group of people every day. So you need to find a good one. With the public school, you can just sort of the agency will send you there, and so it's you and all the Vietnamese people. So it's a bit more, I don't know, anonymous, I guess.
Thrown in the deep end. And what would you say to anybody else who's thinking about coming to Vietnam to teach? Do they need to prepare or plan anything? What would your advice be?
My advice would be, unless you know for sure that you want to be a teacher long term, you can just, if you have a degree, any degree, you could just come and try it. So you can work at a smaller school, or one a bit more out of the way, and they're going to be happy to see a Western face and a native speaker to come and speak with their kids.
And how easy is it to get a job in Vietnam?
Easy.
What do you mean by easy? How long, if you wanted a new job now, how long do you think it would take you to get a job?
Actually, okay, I said easy, but okay, don't go to Da Nang to go and begin teaching. There's a few hot spots for tourists. tourists. Not tourists, I guess expats, Westerners. A lot of Westerners now, they want to move to Vietnam, and they know.
I've heard what they call it, backpack beggars. They seem to be taking a little bit of the school teaching work up for a few weeks and then they disappear. Is that right?
Yeah, I guess that could be right. You mean that they're willing to accept a very low wage?
Yeah, very low wage, and then that makes it more difficult for the people who are here for a longer term to get the salary that is needed to live here.
Yeah, I'd say that's right. Da Nang, I lived there for a couple of years, and I don't know, the big jobs never really worked out. So I found I was juggling a lot of tiny centers, and often they all want you to work at the same time. So you might get offered a lot of 2-hour shifts, but they're all going to be 5 to 8 p.m.
Yeah, it's after school, isn't it? And it's like, yeah. So Da Nang would be off your list. Where else would you say is a good place to go in Vietnam?
I reckon if you're first coming to Vietnam, Saigon or Ho Chi Minh City is a good place to start. Then you can. Then you can meet a lot of people. I found I met a lot of Vietnamese people, and it'd be the young people and their families lived in the countryside. So they'd often take you back, for weddings or parties back to their hometown. So you get to explore the countryside around Ho Chi Minh City.
Yeah, when I was teaching in Russia, with this same thing, Russians have what they call a dacha, a country house. All big log cabins up in mountains and by lakes. And every weekend, a group of students would take me to their family dacha.
That sounds cool.
Very cool, man. Very cool. And very nice places. Big lakes, forests, mountains. Very, very nice. A little bit different to Vietnam, but not the same temperature. So, coming to Vietnam as a teacher, do you think you're going to... How long, you've been here 5 years now. Yeah, and do you think you're going to be here for years to come?
The jury's still out on that one. So I do love Vietnam. It's got everything that we don't have in our own Western countries. So there's a lot of life here, but there's also there's rules developing. There's visa rules and things like that. That I think. Yeah, I'm not sure yet for that reason.
Well, I'm married, so I'm going to be here for a while with my darling wife. Game over. Yep, game over. Vietnam is now my home. So it was nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Very nice meeting you. First Australian on Travelling Teacher Show, and we'll see you. I can't remember. Hang on, I've got to remember. Like, share. What was the other one?
Like, share,
subscribe. That was the one. Subscribe. So like, share, subscribe. Watch out for the next video. And I think we're off to Da Nang. I think we're going to Da Nang next. I think so. I think that's our next place we're going. We're in Wing, but not a place to work. So he says.
Yeah, beautiful place, but not a good place for the first job.
Yeah. Okay, so you took that from this man here. So, we'll see you on the next show. See you then. Well, that's the end of the interview. I hope you enjoyed the interview, and I hope you did well with the questions. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell, and I will see you in the next interview. Bye for now.